Uh-oh. What day is it? What day is it? It's hump day. Yada yada. Hey, everybody, it's Crazy Uncle. I'm doing a live stream for the first time in a long time. I don't expect too many people get on, but I just want to get on here, put some things out, and maybe throw in some goofy jokes. Maybe we'll have some fun while we're here. Well, first thing I wanted to bring up is something that's been driving me nuts, and it has to do with the boob tube, what we're watching right now. This service. And I notice a lot of shows when they come out, you can get the first episode. I'm wondering, why can't I get the second episode? What the hell's going on? It just came out. Shouldn't it be posted? Somebody should be putting it up in parts at least. Yada yada yada. And then I found the truth. What it comes down is these folk, the reaction people. Dude, reaction people. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's seriously, I'm not your buddy. I'm not your friend. I'm not your cohort. I'm not anything like that. I don't know what in the flying fuck nuggets you're actually doing on here for a reaction of a show. I download the show so I can see the show. I don't want to hear you. I mean, holy crap, really? Uh, and the thing is, it's always annoying. It's like you're getting into an action scene or it's really intense, and all of a sudden they'll pause and go, "Oh yeah, did you see that shit?" Well, I'm watching it, dumbass. Of course I've seen it. Yes, I heard it. I got the volume up. Sometimes I got my headphones on. I don't right now, but I'm like, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't get it. I really don't. And the thing is, these reaction people will go in and they know when somebody's going to post the actual show and they immediately flag it. And what I find absolutely amazing about this is these same people that are flagging it are the same people that do the reaction. So you are forced to watch the reaction. And I'm sitting there going, what? Really? I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to watch your shit. Why do people do that? Why do people insist on the reaction and then like, oh, please don't ban me. Oh, I want to see my reaction, or I want you to watch my reaction, dude. I'm not your friend. I see a couple people jumping in. Yeah, a couple people jump in and watching some other people. It's like, oh, who is this guy? Just talking next to the big mic, whatever. Um, Hopefully the sound is coming through. But in any case, I want to I bring this up because it's an annoyance. It really is. I just want to enjoy a series. I'm sure a lot of people would like to enjoy a series. Now, people look at me weird. Oh, you're an anime fan? Sort of. I like certain animes. I like good animes. Okay, I don't like a lot of other. Honestly, you people that watch Dragon Balls, why would you care about Dragon's Balls? The fact that you like Dragon's Balls is your own problem. I hope this microphone's on. The fuck? Somebody's gonna have to tell me if my mic is on. In any case, yeah, I don't do a lot of live stream stuff, so I wouldn't know what's going on. Now, for those of you who you like your anime and stuff, do everybody a favor. If you see these reaction idiots, here's the very first thing I want you to do. And by the way, reaction reviewers are different things. I'll be getting into that in a second. If you see one of these reaction people, immediately flag them. Flag them for spam, flag them for inappropriate content. I don't care. Just get them gone. Then maybe once they're gone, we can actually enjoy our shows again and we don't have to worry about anything. Now, that's enough of me ranting on that subject. I just wanted to get that out in the ether for a little bit. And people jumped on and immediately jumped off. They're like, "Who's this? Who's this guy?" And just white walls behind him. Oh yeah, he's not Razor Fist. He doesn't have BattleTech like right there, or text talk with a sexy voice or anything like that. Who's this? Who's this freaking hick wearing sunglasses? Sunglasses at night, Well, in any case, I want to change gears. Okay, we're gonna get away from anime and the people that drive you nuts about it. I want to talk about Ukraine a little bit. I just want to point something out. Me as a retired service member, I just wanted to bring something up. In Ukraine, especially eastern Ukraine, it's a war zone. I mean, seriously, it's a war zone. And people are like, oh no, people are dying? Yeah, it's a war zone. People are getting maimed? It's a war zone. Civilians getting caught in the crossfire? It's a war zone. Chemical weapons plant got hit. Oh, they must be using chemical weapons. No, they're not. It's a war zone. The chemical plant was hit. So understand that the chemical plant that was actually struck, several of them actually, and then you're wondering, oh, maybe the chemicals are jacking people up. No shit. Seriously, no shit. And it's just absolutely freaking insane. Welcome to reality. And the thing is, you're going to be looking at all this stuff that they're doing right now. They're going to be hitting eastern Ukraine. That was the primary mission anyway. It wasn't to take Kiev or however you're supposed to pronounce it. It was not just to take that. That was a bonus prize. They were trying to get people to focus less on where they actually won, which was eastern Ukraine, the Donbass region, and then further west from there. That's what they wanted. They wanted to be able to link together all the shit that was happening, with Crimea and whatnot. If they can get all the way to the river that cuts Ukraine in half, that would be a huge bonus for them. But the thing is, all that only applies to the people of Ukraine and Russia. It does. That is the only people that applies to. Now, how does it affect everybody else? Well, that's regional. That is very regional. And what it comes down to is this. You got the Middle East and parts of Africa that are reliant exclusively on the wheat, barley, and corn that come out of Ukraine. Without these, a good portion of those countries are going to starve. And when you have people beginning to starve, they get desperate. And the old phrase, they get desperate, they get dangerous. Yeah. They get desperate, they get dangerous. And when that happens, you're going to see the haves being taken down by the have-nots. And those that have not are just going to assume, oh, I'm going to take from them and I'm going to have plenty for myself. Well, suddenly you're the have. And then the next have-not is going to do the same thing to you. And it's a domino effect. It happens all the time, especially in any type of socialist type area. And we'll get into socialism in a second. But as it sits now, the Middle East, Iraq, Iran, that area is going to be hit very hard with food. You're going to see a lot of those folks start tearing each other apart. It's just going to happen. As if it hasn't been happening for, a millennia now. And then you're going to see a lot of people in Africa trying to migrate up to Europe. Well, Europe relies a lot on that green area too. All right. Last time that the Ukraine was mismanaged, not damaged, but mismanaged, you had something called the Holodomor. And that was a huge famine. And it killed a lot of people. And that's all just socialist mismanaging. That's all it really was. There wasn't anything too crazy about that. Hold on. I'm kind of back. But Europe still relies on that area a lot to feed themselves. Now, a lot of areas in Europe can be farmed, but the kicker is in Europe, and I was there, there's certain large areas that can't be farmed for probably another 500 years. And that's simply because the First World War, they dumped all those chemical weapons across. I mean, chemical weapons were in their infancy. They didn't know the long-term effects. Gee, sounds like some other chemical that's being entered into the human body. And there some areas it's so toxic they don't even allow you to go there. Which, by the way, if you look on a military map and you see yellow, that's what that means, contaminated. Don't go there. Just do yourself a favor, don't go there. In any case, a lot of these countries can feed themselves. Believe it or not, several African countries could feed damn near the entire continent. They are so productive, but they just don't want to. They will take care of their own, and that's it. Now, the main reason why you have people crossing the Mediterranean isn't just because of food. Actually, that's not even a thing now. They're just looking for free money. And they're looking for a population that's weak or weakened enough that they can take advantage of. That's the truth on the ground. You don't like it, that's not my problem. That's not my fault. If you're going to sit there and just let another group of people come in and just take over, then you're at fault. It's not my fault. It's not the guy down the street from me. It's not my neighbor over there. Over in Europe, it's your fault. It is your fault. You are the ones that decided that, hey, we're going to, let them come in and do all this other shit. And all I could say is, pick up a rifle and protect yourself. Now, what's going to be coming down as far as the US is, well, we're already feeling a financial crunch, which is actually price gouging. Price gouging via the futures market. Because they're trying to say that even though we still have 93% of our oil coming in or being produced, that we need to pay 50% more. Well, those numbers don't match. They never did. And the futures market originally was to make sure that certain people didn't get ripped off, i.e., the farmer. And it was also to make sure that people raised the price in time to make sure there was enough resources. I just realized my hair is all spiky. Enough resources to be around for everyone else. That's what the futures market was for. Now, it's a freaking ripoff. It's a way to make money off of fear. That's all it's there for. It really doesn't have much of a say in anything. And all you have to do to make a little bit of money, well, let me take that back, make a hell of a lot of money in the futures market is to scare people. That's the way the market works. It is run off the emotions of things. One of the greatest financial ripoffs of all time was a certain group of bankers decided to say that England lost the war against Napoleon, or Russia, or who? Yeah, it was sorry, the Battle of Waterloo. they said Napoleon won, and then all the um, opponents to Napoleon, their stocks dropped to zero because everyone was trying to sell them off. Well, these folks went in, bought it for barely even pennies on the dollar or on the pound, and when the news came back that Napoleon lost, of course those stocks spiked through the roof, and they had already sold off their worthless Napoleon stocks, for crazy amounts of money. And to this day, I haven't heard anybody prove me otherwise, but to this day, Britain and several others are still indebted to these folks for the amount of money they lost because of one lie, one scare tactic. That was it. It's a scare tactic. And it's actually kind of interesting to see how the series BattleTech actually matches with today. I think the only thing they didn't have right was, well, for those of you who don't know BattleTech, there are different governments that are based on what was potentially the large governments coming up. And I start to wonder if these writers had a crystal freaking ball or crystal balls to see the future. And yeah, it's just crazy. The only one they got wrong was Japan. Japan's not as big of a player. I mean, they are big in the financial world, but as for holding territory, they're nothing compared to what they were. But colonialism is pretty much done until we get off this rock. And yeah, we'll believe me, that's gonna literally, we'll see the age of colonization happen again when that starts happening. First it'll be the moon, then it'll be Mars, then potentially Venus, if we can, stop that from the acid eating away all our electronics and shit. But it's going to happen. Now, you can actually match up like the Capellans in BattleTech. The Capellans are Chinese based, and one of the jokes they have is saying how there's degrees of Capellan treasury because you can never get the truth from them, and they're always shiesty as fuck. And even when you're playing any type of mercenary unit in BattleTech, you almost never want to deal with these guys because a lot of times they'll say, hey, we're going to hire you for the job. Oh, you happen to survive? You happen to do the job? Well, you didn't do it exactly the way I specified, so I'm not going to pay you. What are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to take 4 of these big pieces of mechanized machinery and take on the whole of a friggin' multi-world army? It's not going to happen. But it is one of those things. Europe is Davion, Russia and their ilk is Steiner. The Free Worlds League was supposed to be ours, but oh dear God, I hope not. Yeah, I do recommend that you look into the book series. If you drive a lot, get the books on audio and just listen to them. They're really good. Most of them. Every once in a while, because they have different writers, and even though they got to follow a storyline through, you'll get one writer. You're just like, dude or lady, we get it. You don't have to describe every single fucking movement that someone does. I write for fun myself, and I also do a little bit of commission work, but it is what it is. You just want to, like some writers, you just want to be like, you think you're good, you're just not that good. And somebody wants to tell me I'm wrong, okay, I'll take the criticism, but guess what? You got to prove it to me too. Show me where I screwed up. Show me where the consistency failed. And by the way, if you write, you lose consistency, you lose your audience. And that's where battletech actually works, because you can have something that's inconsistent on one planet, but on this other planet, something doesn't make sense how they do things here, but it makes sense to these folks here. Well, they're different cultures. So, shocker. I've been going on, 20 minutes now? I'm going to hit about 30. If I don't get any watchers, I'm just going to kill the stream. I have actually made videos. One in particular about battletech was, do mechs make sense on the modern battlefield? And spoiler alert, the only time they make sense on the modern battlefield is, if you're taking entire planets, because they don't make much sense when it comes to, really, I gotta crank that all the way up. Holy shit. Okay. But they don't make a lot of sense anywhere else. They don't. A mech is, most heavy and assault mechs are made for overwhelming firepower. Assault mechs are literally designed to drive straight through an enemy, absorb a shit ton of fire, and also dish out as much, if not more, than what they're taking. Okay, these things are massive pieces of machinery. They don't move very fast, which means they're really suckers for artillery. But the fact that they can actually still move means that you can still get out of the way of artillery if you know what's coming. And yes, if you've been in the military in combat arms, you know that, yes, you know when somebody's spotting you with artillery. Oh, is that really that bad? Hello. Okay. Son of a bitch. All right. Don't mind me. I'm checking something here. Huh. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I'm not seeing much on the bottom of the screen telling me that the microphone's coming through. I'll have to watch this later. You know what? I think I might be having some technical issues here, so I'm going to cut this off. This is your crazy uncle punching out.